Hey guys, it's me again, and this is the third installment of the Hullabaloo vlog. You finally made it to the end. Okay, enjoy. Good morning, it'd be day 3. I'm on my camera, in case you're wondering. We're freaking tired. It's not even that early, but it was when we went to sleep. So
2 a.m.
if that gives you any perspective. Yeah, we're tired, but it's the last day. It's about 7:45 right now, just judging by the clock being fast. And we're gonna go back to Cafe Crepe at around 8 o'clock for crepes this time instead of sandwiches because I'm starving.
Oh god, my leg fell asleep.
And Kim's leg fell asleep.
Oh god, no help.
I hope you can hear that in the background. So
Kayla, help me. Help me with what? My leg fell asleep. Oh no. Sorry. Are you filming?
I'm filming me, I'm not filming
sorry.
you, but this is all being heard, which is just priceless. Yeah, so after breakfast we're going back to the library and there's workshops for all these different poetry writing and performing type. Beep!
You can say that. It's a family-friendly vlog.
Is it really?
I thought it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it is, but I think we gave up on that a while ago. Yeah, after we write awesome things, then we have another bow that we're in. And then later there's finals, and I don't know if we're gonna get in or not, but we can hope. And Kim says we're gonna get in. My stomach says, I'm hungry, feed me. Anyway, we're just cleaning up the room. Well, I'm not, I already did. That's why I'm sitting here. Hi, Erin here from a little while later. I didn't feel like setting up the camera properly. This next clip is significant because one of my good friends, Josh, wanted to see what the inside of the library looks like when you walk in, and how it's kind of like, it's like you're outside, but it's actually inside, and there's skylights, but there's still, it feels like you're outside because there's cafes and it's totally daylight. So this is for you, Josh. We're performing down there.
Hi, how are you feeling? I am having nervousness in my body right now.
You went last night, you're gonna be great.
Yeah, but this is not how I'm gonna do it. This is not people gonna be talking about this in the car ride home.
Sophia, how are you feeling?
I set the bar high.
Better than 10 seconds ago.
That's
I set the bar high.
Maybe 10 seconds later you'll feel better than you do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, better than earlier today.
Yeah, that's optimistic thinking. Darian, how are you feeling?
Relatively okay.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Yeah.
My name's Darian, I'm from the Pop Rockets, and this is a message from your friendly neighborhood stereotype. Woo! I'm the gay kid from the tiny, religious, white bread town. You know, the one who's never actually had a girlfriend because it's really hard to get a date when everyone's so far in the closet they can see Narnia. You know, the one who has to constantly keep telling jokes just to remind everyone, hey, I still like girls, like a lot. You know, the one who heard the comment, lesbians ruined plaid, and decided to go full-on lumberjack just to spite them. I'm the gay kid from the tiny, religious, white bread town. You know, the one who sat through countless awkward family dinner conversations where aunts and uncles ask, so, when are you gonna get a boyfriend? To which I so eloquently reply, oh no. You know, the one who's heard a couple 100 times too many that you're too young to know what your sexuality is. Well, the same people go up to a little boy who doesn't even know what a woman is yet and tell him he's gonna be a real ladies' man when he grows up. I'm the gay kid from the tiny, religious, white bread town, you know, the one who cut off all her hair in the 9th grade, the one who started the gay club in middle school, you know, the one who kissed a boy in kindergarten just to prove that boys do not, in fact, have cooties. You know, the one who told her mom she was bisexual to ease her into the idea of liking girls exclusively. Sorry, Mom. I'm the gay kid from the tiny, religious, white bread town, and this is a message from your friendly neighborhood stereotype. keep your head high. There are going to be people whose only goal in life is to take you down a notch, and you're going to have to breathe fire from the very lining of your lungs just to fight them back. Keep your head high, wear your labels like badges on your chest, scream your insecurities from rooftops, don't care who hears. There are going to be people who spit words at you that leave scars like gunshot wounds, but they get to move on, and you have a lifetime to be happy with who you are. Keep your head high. I won't give you that it gets better bullshit, because chances are, if today sucks, tomorrow will suck as well. But maybe with a little hard work, it'll suck a little less, and 1,000 tomorrows from now, you just might be content with where you are in life. Keep your head high. You've got a long road ahead of you. I won't tell you to stop and smell the roses. They smell like any store-bought hand cream. Instead, live life like you might not get to later on. Go skydiving, move mountains figuratively and literally. I'm sure there's a way. Do everything they told you you couldn't do. Chin up, kid. Life's gonna do everything in its power to bring you to your knees. You might as well hit in the balls while you're down there.
I hope you laugh at me, even if it's a pity laugh. So, my poem is called Spoken Word on Spoken Word. What sort of asshole uses assonance? Who would rather ramble without restraint than whittle words to a tip? Internal rhyme is a lip device not worth a dime. Spoken word, more like the poetry of the herd. Every letter I write in this genre looks like a desperate dying dust mite. The first poem flattens to the page in a rage. The second poem, it flutters at 4 stanzas. The third poem, fantastic, susical, sarcastic, sharp, shit. Now it's prose. But that's fine. No need to whine. Once again, I rose to the challenge, but I needed a topic. First, I was going to write about the soldier serenaded as a hero to the point where reality was a contorted chronicle. See poems 1 and 2. So I listened for suggestions, environmentalism, masks, neglected fish, but none of them fulfilled my wish. Irritated, I snarled, I do not write about the real world. I write fictional worlds that cough and curdle in the face of the real world. And yet still I am reduced to the tired trope of, oh no, my writing powers were corrupted by kryptonite. I still have a page or two to fill with blabbering doo-doo about the constraints of this genre. But oh, even worse, I'm starting to have fun. My fingers are flapping across the keyboard in coordinated motions, manipulating words like Hogwarts potions. So I'm back to filling up space and time, which most people assume is a linear progression from point A to point B, but from a non-linear, non-subjective perspective, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. So let's say some fantastic feministy phrases to pass the time, since that's what all spoken word poems have to do. First off, here's a shocker. Women are people. I'll give you a few seconds to let that feminist factoid sink in. Second, for every strangled screech that drips from a teenage boy's lips of how it isn't sexist to imply that women are just, lesser, there are 10 women tricked. 10 women tricked into, trained into, virginity tests and sexual assaults and putting up with shit, and girls in puffy pink abominations who'd rather admire action hero legacies and Lego towers, and women with little to limited to no political power. And that boy, he will still wonder why you didn't get the joke. I believe I just branded these bleach clean pages of previously unspoken rants and rages. What a good time to replace the rest of my words with a simple sentence. I am the asshole that uses assonance.
And this is Red Rum. The year is 2011. I steep my red rose tea as I read of renowned romances and revolutions, because that is what intellectuals do, and I am an intellectual. I am 14 and reality merges with fantasy, but I know it won't
won't get lost in reverie, because as long as I keep shooting towards my destiny like a bullet from a gun, my blood will remain red, and my future will scroll ahead on a glittering ruby road, garnished with red rose and reading and rhapsodies recorded on ragged records which reflect the rolling of my roaming soul. But now, it's 2050. Red Rose and reading are ripped to rags and replaced with rocky realities and real responsibilities. In a life of all work and no play, my passions burn away on the center stage of my existence as I attempt to resemble the adult who I should be by now. I set fire to everything that chokes my progress until I am combusting and reconstructing myself into something I never wanted to be, because that's what scared people do. And I'm terrified. I am 17 and should be shooting towards my destiny like a bullet from a gun instead of stumbling around like this wounded animal I've become. And the blood I bleed is turning gray as my future changes weekly on a radioactive roadway strewn with fears that young adult novels never prepared me for. But my fears of coming of age go unheard, because the second I start rambling of Red Rose and reading being ripped to rags, I am regarded with miscomprehension. It's as if I'm that kid from The Shining who calls like clockwork torn of danger, and instead of red rose and reading, all people can hear is red rum. And they don't hunt through my enigmas, so nobody knows that my words tell of murder. A murderer who I used to be to make room for what I have become. A crime undertaken by an underhanded world that hired me as the hitman to my own happiness. And through these howling flames that fight like wolves, I cry out for someone who will comprehend my red rum, red rum, red rumbles dropping from my mouth like a waterfall. The roaring of red rum drowns out my fears. Until, for a second, I can imagine I've extinguished all the fires that I've set. And maybe the year will be 2020. I'll drink my red rose as I ride the rock slides of real responsibilities, the rags. Red rose and reading will be repaired, and the sting of flames on my skin will be nothing but a memory. I'll forgive but not forget my flaws, because that's what happy people do, and I will be overjoyed. I will realize that The Shining is just a movie and people will only hear red rum until I touch ground with reality. But until that time comes for me to realize compromise and unwind my mysteries, please be patient and try to hear me when I grab your wrist and whisper red rum.
Sometimes I think maybe I like movies a little too much. If I had a sugar daddy, I'd have Jimmy Choo, Burberry, and HBO. If my laptop broke, I wouldn't just mourn, I'd go full Victorian. I'm risking imprisonment to watch Brazilian Netflix. And I'm more concerned with Captain America getting a girlfriend than I am with me getting one, and believe me, I'm very concerned. It's just that when I talk to people I like, and they're smiling like they know exactly how beautiful they are and exactly how socially adept I'm not, I embarrass myself badly to the point where I'm pretty sure my foot only vacations at the end of my leg because it spends a lot of time in my mouth. But in the movies, the girl has always gotten wrongs are righted and forgiven, first impressions are forgotten, and the ending is always the same. Not exactly the same, but what happens doesn't really matter, because what matters is that it's perfect. Because someone always says that perfect thing, and I'm tired of saying the wrong thing, and if I watch, then maybe I'll learn.
Hey, baby, don't speak. For a second, let me get you back, because you had me at hello. Baby, you bewitched me body and soul. The magic between us is more than practical. I know we would be drift compatible. You have the most fertile birthing hips I've ever seen.
To me, you are perfect, and I'll never admit that your flaws are flaws and not quirks. Baby, love is blind. I'll love you when you're the femme fatale or the girl next door or the manic pixie dream girl, dyed pink hair and a lip piercing. My unironic Ramona Flowers, which means maybe Scott Pilgrim went over your head, but hey, that's kind of cute. Being passively uncritical really suits you. Baby, never change.
It would be a privilege to have my heart broken by you, and don't worry whether that type of idolatry is healthy in a relationship, because in this moment I swear we are infinite, and if we both change, then we can cling to static images of each other and be in love with the idea of us instead of the reality. I promise I'll never let go, Jack.
I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her. But it's not like I'm giving you power over my feelings of validation and worth, and even if I was, baby, we're in love. And if being in love means never having to say you're sorry, then it also means never getting angry, which means that no matter what you do, I'll still love you.
Even if I hate the way I don't hate you, because knowing you should hate the one you love just means that your relationship is filled with passion, I'll still love you.
Because no one ever said that loving someone won't make them change for you. I'll still love you.
Because no one ever said that the kind of love they tell us to want isn't what will make you happy, and I'll still love you. Because love isn't supposed to end, and if it does, it's probably just a waste of time, and I'll still love you.
Because how would I know that I'm allowed to stop?
Or not love the parts of you that hurt.
Or not love you at all.
You know what? Sometimes I think maybe I like movies a little too much.
How'd we do?
Holy beep.
Hey Sophia, how'd we do?
We did beep. Good. We won beep.
Not the whole thing. We won the bout.
Well, we won the bout.
We
but
won
still,
the bout.
we won. We
That's
came
close
in
enough.
first. We won
Awesome
a thing.
poet. We won a thing. Yeah. Yeah.
We still need to go to the car now and get our groupies because nobody's practicing.
I know, we've done it
Nobody has
once.
it with them, so we have to get the car.
I have
Oh,
it
you have it with you? Okay, well nobody else does. We have to go to the car now.
Then what are we gonna do?
Practice.
We're just gonna practice like an F-flop.
I'm filming here. Sorry.
So side note, you
shit.
you're on the wrong side of the camera, dear. You can come over here.
Hi.
Oh, this is like a great selfie, except it's on video.
Oh look, I'm on camera.
Yes, you are. So I haven't actually mentioned this to the camera and anyone watching yet. Michaela, get over here.
No. Oh, okay.
So what are we gonna do in a little bit?
We're going in the finals.
We're in the finals. Yeah, we made it to the finals.
Hella.
And I would have told you this a long time ago, except I was lying on the ground dying for quite a while. Yes. Yes.
That was my hand.
Yeah, it kind of looked a little strange. Yeah.
Okay, I think it's not gonna fall, it's good. Hi, I am Kelsey, I am from the Pop Rockets, and my poem tonight is called An Ode to Cow Manure. When I first moved, my mother rolled down the windows of the U-Haul and let the aroma of cow manure flow out from the fields and into our nostrils as she said, inhale deeply. Living here, you're gonna have to like this smell. And I'm not saying that I ever really fell in love with the bouquet of cow shit spread across the farmer's field, but I got used to it. After all, it is a small price to pay for living in a town so full of excitement and adventure. A place where tractors speed down the main roads at harrowing velocities of 25 kilometers an hour. A place with not only one but two buildings higher than 4 stories. A place that Ryan Reynolds visited sometime last year, causing the town to collectively lose their shit. Yes, a place with a bowling alley called the Beep. Because come on, they could not have let that pun go to waste. And of course, there's always fun stuff to do here in the summer, like getting attacked by geese at the lake, working as a roadside corn vendor, or sprinting across the superstore parking lot to escape the overwhelming stench of cow manure. And while I've been here, I have lived, doing exciting things like not going to church for 7 years because even though I'm still a Christian, my experience with local churches boils down to watching a pastor preach homophobia with the help of a PowerPoint presentation. And you know, from a region called the Bible Belt, which sounds like part of a religious Batman-esque superhero's costume, I would have at least expected the sermons to be about Christianity and not some guy's ingrained bigotry. But fortunately, I'm leaving you, Beep, because you see, you and I were never meant to be. We were both entitled to something better. You deserve someone who drives a pickup truck and knows the lyrics to every country and western song under the sun. Somebody who's content with small town life and sees the smell of manure as a sign of growth to come. And me? I deserve a bigger city, one where the buildings climb almost as high as the mountains in the distance, where culture and class mix and mingle in 1,000 beautiful combinations. A city that's felt more like my home than Beep ever has. And in a few months, I'll be leaving, so I guess this is goodbye. But don't worry, Beep, I'll never forget the smell of cow manure.
I'm Darian, I'm from the Pop Rockets, and this is Rinse and Repeat. I'm ticking through life. Not like minutes or hours or days or any concept on a clock, or anything you'd find in the mind of someone trying to create time of their own, but in my racing thought's head and my dancing glitch fingers. I was in 4th grade when my parents thought something was wrong with me. So they dragged me off to Children's Hospital with its too many windows and too many floors, its bushes and flowers that towered over my head as I walked towards that door that would tell Mom and Dad why their little girl made sounds she couldn't recall breathed out until her lungs ached. They told me I had Tourette's syndrome. The name with too many vowels and consonants that felt foreign behind my lips as I stood in front of a classroom of elementary school faces, trying to explain why sometimes it sounded like I was laughing when nothing was funny. And on top of that was ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I couldn't remember what all the letters stood for, so instead I just said, I have ADHD. To which the comment was commonly, every kid has a bit of excess energy to the point where it was easier for me to just say nothing. And on top of that was OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. I didn't know what compulsive meant. I just knew that everyone kept telling me that everyone's a little OCD, and I didn't understand that if everyone had OCD, why weren't they having panic attacks when people put cups in the cupboard wrong? I knew I was ticking, and twitching, and repeating. I knew that my leg would bounce up, down, in the constraints of a seat that I didn't want to be in, while my body heaved to be up, out, around, anywhere but where I was, but instead, I just sit at my desk, and I tap 8 times. 21 if I missed the first mark, 37 if I missed the mark. After that, I knew that my head would tilt back, as a tick and my neck would tense, as a twitch, and I'd hold it until my spine felt like it was cracking, until my body screamed at me to please stop. But I'd keep going. Rinse and repeat. I knew that if I didn't scrub my fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they just might bleed or rot or carry a disease to a body already wrought with disease. I knew that if I didn't lock, unlock, if I didn't twist and knock and twist and knock and twist and knock, whoever was behind that door wouldn't be on their feet, not anymore, they'd be on the floor dead because of something I did or something I didn't do. As I keep repeating, and twitching, and ticking. As I live, rinse, and repeat.
Oh.
So smart.
Go see you got this.
Great chicken.
I heard they eat capsaicin for fun.
I heard they like to stick parts of their body into other people.
Oh, I heard that.
Guys, this is a public service announcement.
Eat this morning at your own personal risk.
We take no responsibility for any
Psychological damage,
Bodily harm.
or death that may result in the neglect of these words. Beware humans.
Do not get within 100 meters of a human being.
Their intentions are impossible to gauge until it is too late.
They have known to be hostile towards others. This includes their own species. Beware humans.
Do not try to outrun them, you will tire long before they do.
rely on camouflage to escape them, but be warned.
Humans can detect a large range of colors.
They can spot you through vegetation.
They can track you through various environments.
Beware humans. They've developed an uncanny ability to adapt to nearly any situation.
They are a dynamic, talented opponent.
Do not show any weakness. They can track you, and the human's adaptability will find a way to adapt to it.
Beware humans. They have begun to speculate on biological life beyond their known species.
Be cautious of the information you may unintentionally divulge.
Be cautious of the consequences that may occur if humans obtain this information.
Beware humans. They intake large quantities of ethanol for recreational purposes.
Do not associate yourself with an intoxicated human.
Effects of alcohol can be extreme.
This occasionally results in increased aggression or irrationality.
Beware humans!
Humans are capable of surviving in various extreme environments and temperatures.
Do not expect environmental or temperature changes to disadvantage them as they do you.
Beware humans! Humans are capable of staying awake and alert for long cycles up to multiple days.
Wakefulness for extended periods of time impairs their functionality.
Do not assume this means they are any less of a threat to those of us who rest regularly.
Beware humans!
Humans are able to communicate non-verbally.
Through gestures,
Through expressions,
Through written language.
If in the presence of multiple humans attempt to flee,
you will be unaware of the information being shared.
you will be at risk.
beware humans!
Do not put yourself in the vicinity of a human being.
Do not attempt to outsmart a human being.
Do not involve yourself in an altercation with a human being.
Do not in any way put yourself in a situation where it is you versus a human being.
Beware humans, because you will not win.
Woo! Give it to ya! Saturday night, we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Say that about Don't believe me, just watch. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. My white girl dance. Hey suckers, I haven't told them how we did yet. How'd we do? We got second! Woo! Hear anything over my screaming. Second! That's okay. Second. Yes, Sophia. Yes, Sophia, you're in it. Second. Beep. Place. What? Hi. Hope you're in the camera. You're in the camera. Yeah, we're good.
Response to tonight is holy
Beep.
The way I see it.
spectacular.
No, because everybody was worth it as a poet. There's no point in the point.
See, that's the whole point of your poem. Congratulations. You did it. You did it. You made it through all 3 days. Thank you so much for watching. To all of my poetry friends who I met there, who were in my team, I love you. You have a special place in my heart. I think we all learn a lot about ourselves and grow a lot while we're there. And I just thank you so much for that. And I'm so glad I could be a part of that again. And we got second place. All right. Thanks for watching. See y'all later.